Tonight on 7 News, firebomb fury. Arsonists torch a rabbi's car in the driveway of his St Kilda East home. Melburnians shiver through our coldest Christmas in almost 20 years, triggering acts of kindness and generosity. Compassion and courage. King Charles delivers a festive message for Australia. Our cricket team with the need for speed at the MCG on the eve of the 4th test. The biggest Boxing Day sales bargains. Melbourne retailers brace for a shopping surge. And the world's best boaties all set for tomorrow's Sydney Hobart.
Live from Melbourne, this is 7 News with Blake Johnson.
Good evening. Religious hate has returned to Melbourne. A rabbi's car firebombed in the driveway of his St Kilda East home. Arsonists struck in the early hours of the morning while his wife and children slept inside. The attack drawing condemnation from the Prime Minister.
A Jewish message of light again darkened.
This is terrorism. Someone's come to terrorise the Jewish community on Christmas morning.
Today's target for a firebomber, a family's Mazda on the driveway of the St Kilda East home. A Happy Hanukkah sign on top. It's the home of a local rabbi. His wife was inside with 3 of their 4 children.
My sister-in-law heard her car alarm go off at 3 o'clock in the morning. She smelt smoke. She quickly grabbed her children. She's shaken, she's scared. She has visibly a Jewish car.
The boys aged just 1, 4 and 10.
It's terrifying that we have to live like this, that she has to take out of their beds at 3 o'clock in the morning because her car is on fire that can spread to the house.
The attack triggering locals and leaders just 11 days after the Bondi massacre.
What happened in Bondi was also our family. We knew everybody there. It was horrifying.
Bondi Beach is now soaked with Jewish blood. Is that what we are waiting for here in Victoria?
It brings again back the horror of Sydney, purely anti-Semitic. These things are becoming a daily occurrence in Australia.
The Prime Minister making Christmas Day promises.
We need to root out any evil that is anti-Semitism across the board. My government's committed to do that.
We have a government that has let them get away with this for 2 years now. They have not done anything to stop this behaviour. We have not been looked after as a community.
It's time for our governments to ensure that there are consequences.
Police have identified a suspect for the firebombing and are now trying to find the arsonist. A neighbour told 7 News CCTV shows 2 people dressed in black at the Mazda as it ignited, but there was no sign of a getaway car.
It's radical groups who hate Jews. They want to kill Jews.
The father of the house is on holiday in New York with his daughter, now desperate to return home immediately, but they can't because of the Jewish tradition of Shabbat, which forbids commuting on the Sabbath.
The community is absolutely on edge.
As governments scramble to respond today in New South Wales, protests and assemblies in parts of Sydney were banned for the next 14 days in an attempt to reduce fear. Paul Dowsley, 7 News.
There was also fire heartache for a Point Cook family caught up in a Christmas Eve emergency. They arrived home to see smoke pouring out of their double-storey property on Foxwood Drive. Police and fire crews were quickly on scene just after 8 last night. The cause of the blaze is not being treated as suspicious. Melburnians have shivered through our coldest Christmas day in almost 20 years, but acts of kindness and generosity warmed hearts right across our city.
First Christmases for the youngest Melburnians.
Who came?
Santa.
Up bright and early and overjoyed with Santa nailing this year's gifts.
I got the biggest drink in the whole world!
Christmas started with tradition at St Patrick's Cathedral, packed for an interfaith mass at midnight. This morning, a rock and roll take on Christian worship with the Planet Shakers in South Bank. The man in red visited some of Victoria's bravest.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, you won!
After waking up in hospital, 4-year-old Dre gets to go home today.
We've had some pretty horrible Christmases, so this one was really hard being in here, but it's amazing. We get to go home. They're incredible here.
Merry Christmas.
You'll get extra presents next year. See you, Mum.
Firefighters brought Santa to the Royal Children's. An almost century-long show of support.
97-year tradition that the fire brigade or firefighters have been bringing Santa to the Children's Hospital. This is the greatest privilege I get in the fire brigade.
Nicholas got a lot of gifts, yes.
For the adults, free pots in the sun in Collingwood, while at St Kilda, tourists got a Melbourne wake-up call on a chilly Christmas day.
Freezing, it's so cold.
It's like being in Manchester.
I know, yeah, we came here for a warm Christmas and it's definitely not that.
The bay, too balmy for this Brit.
Oh, it's like a hot tub in there, seriously. Unbelievable. I'm sun-kissed, right, all over, it's just gorgeous.
In its 11th year, Cargo Restaurant broke records at its lunch with the Salvos.
It just shows that people are doing it really tough at the moment.
Come and see the Salvos, they'll look after you.
I've been in and out of prison the last few months. I'm amazing at what services they can have to help not only myself but others.
I'd be very isolated, I'd be at home. So coming here, I feel like I'm doing something, I feel alive.
The best Yarra River barbecue spots were secured early.
Merry Christmas!
For the Crooks family, all the way from Leicester in England, this beautiful Melbourne weather is only some comfort for the reason that they're in Australia at all.
We've come for the cricket, which is obviously going very well for us.
Collingwood Football Club opened its doors for a charity lunch.
Merry Christmas!
And when Santa made a final stop in Maribyrnong, these boys couldn't resist.
6, 7!
A successful Christmas for all of Santa's little helpers.
Merry Christmas!
Jacqueline Stanley, 7 News.
King Charles has called on the Commonwealth to never lose sight of the values of compassion and courage. His annual Christmas message reflects on this year's journey and terror attacks in Bondi and Manchester. His Majesty also pointed to the power of unity.
From Westminster Abbey, heart of the Anglican Church, a sacred place of pilgrimage, King Charles delivers his message centred on pilgrimage.
Pilgrimage is a word less used today, but it has particular significance for our modern world, and especially at Christmas. It is about journeying forward into the future, while also journeying back to remember the past and learn from its lessons.
Pointing to His Majesty and Queen Camilla's state visit to the Holy See to meet the newly elected Pope Leo, and this year's 80th anniversary celebrations of the Allies' victory in Europe and Japan in World War II.
The courage and sacrifice of our servicemen and women, and the way communities came together in the face of such great challenge, carry a timeless message for us all.
And a timely one too, pointing to the work of today's veterans and humanitarian workers in this century's conflict zones.
As we hear of division, both at home and abroad, they are the values of which we must never lose sight. For instance, it is impossible not to be deeply moved by the ages of the fallen, as the gravestones in our war cemeteries remind us, often only 18, 19 or 20 years of age.
His Majesty acknowledging the same sacrifice and courage the Bondi and Manchester communities displayed in the face of terror and the unity afterwards.
In this, with the great diversity of our communities, we can find the strength to ensure that right triumphs over wrong. If we can find time in our journey through life to think on these virtues, we can all make the future more hopeful.
Underscored by the Royal Opera House's Songs for Ukraine chorus.
With these words and my whole heart, I wish you all a most peaceful and very happy Christmas.
In London, Ben Downey, 7 News.
And the Princess of Wales and Princess Charlotte have performed a surprise piano duet, part of her Together at Christmas concert. The piano recital aired this morning, accompanied by a heartwarming message.
The Christmas season invites us to remember the power of reaching out to one another with generosity of heart understanding, and hope.
The royal family is spending Christmas together at Sandringham. And it was a first Christmas for the new Pope in the Vatican. Pope Leo reminding everyone there's always room for kindness.
Under the lights of St. Peter's, Pope Leo celebrates the birth of Jesus Christ. Inside the ancient basilica, the new pontiff delivered his holy message.
Non c'è spazio per Dio.
On earth, there is no room for God if there is no room for the human person, he said. To refuse one is to refuse the other. Drawing on the story of Jesus,
Invece là dove c'è posto per
even a
l'uomo,
stable can
c'è
become
posto
more
per Dio.
sacred than a temple. The first US Pope elected in May also thanked the thousands of faithful outside.
I admire and respect and thank you for your courage and your wanting to be here this evening.
We're here with our family. There was 14 of us, and we traveled quite far to get inside and try and attend the Mass.
This Christmas, I'm praying for everybody, the less fortunate, for just a better life for everybody.
Thousands more made the pilgrimage to Bethlehem, the first celebrations in the war-ravaged birthplace of Jesus in 2 years.
I come from Argentina to Bethlehem this year for Christmas Eve, and wishing you all people around the world to come back again to this beautiful place, to the Holy Land.
Emily Francis, 7 News.
The US government has warned the release of the Epstein files will take a few more weeks after 1 million additional documents were discovered. The Trump administration blames the review process for its failure to meet a December 19 deadline to release all files. The Department of Justice says lawyers are working around the clock, but the latest discovery will delay the process. Ukraine has reached an agreement with Washington to withdraw troops from the country's east as part of a peace plan. The withdrawal would have to be matched by Russian forces, leaving a demilitarised zone run by international powers. It would come with security guarantees from the US and NATO for a military response if Russia invaded again. Tomorrow's Boxing Day sales are tipped to be the biggest on record. Recent rate cuts driving a major retail rebound. Household goods are expected to top wish lists, major retailers delivering bargains of up to 70% off.
Australians were expected to spend $72 billion in the lead up to Christmas, and the cash is expected to keep on coming as the Boxing Day sales take over stores tomorrow.
Boxing Day is our favourite day of the year. 160,000 customers we expect through, still bigger than Black Friday, and some amazing bargains to be had. You can look for anywhere up to 70% off.
So this Boxing Day, our Myer stores are set to transact 11 transactions per second. It's set to be a very busy day.
For shoppers bargain hunting for a new look in the new year, at All About Eve, it's all about buy one, get one half price. 25% off at Emu, Ina Pelly up to 40% off, and even more at Jag. Similar deals at Saba and Superdry, Le Specs offering 30% off. For the home, there are deals at Bed Threads, Beds and Dreams, Linen House, Sheridan and Pillow Talk. You can sleep easy with cut prices at 40 Winks too. 60% off at Booktopia and 20% off for Glasshouse fragrances. When it comes to fitness and health, Peloton is offering up to $750 off its packages and up to 40% off at Reebok.
We also find that our activewear really flies off the shelves with everyone's New Year's resolutions.
So we're going to have an up to 30% off sale store-wide. That will range across footwear and apparel. Most notably, two of our sort of most popular models, Kayano and Nimbus, a good spread of colours on sale.
For those looking for a holiday in 2026, Antler has 50% off selected styles. There are discounts on accommodation at Hamilton Island, and Hawaiian Airlines is slashing its prices.
So we're open at 7 a.m, so come in a little bit before. Wear your comfortable shoes, take a break, have a coffee during the day, but getting here early is absolutely the best tip.
Georgia Bennett Murphy, 7 News.
Australia's cricketers feel the need for speed on the eve of the Boxing Day Test. Theo, Merry Christmas to you. A Victorian's Test dream has been dashed.
Good evening, Blake. Merry Christmas. Hope you had a good one. Yes, Todd Murphy will have to wait at least another 12 months for a Boxing Day outing after being sidelined as the Aussies went for all-out pace. Stand-in skipper Steve Smith even showing some sympathy for arch-rival England on Christmas Eve for cricket fans.
In the midst of an Ashes series, the Christmas spirit was alive and well at the G. Great rivals training side by side ahead of the Boxing Day Test. A few England players on Santa's naughty list in the wake of their controversial mid-series trip to Noosa. Another Ashes series down under, down the gurgler.
When you're losing, the spotlight's always on you. Things can get spoken about and, get blown up pretty heavily, so I feel for them in a way.
In Pat Cummins' absence, Steve Smith returns to lead the team after missing in Adelaide with vertigo. He wouldn't reveal the 11 but confirmed the Aussies won't play a spinner for the third time in 4 tests, with a green seamer served up.
10 mils of grass, quite furry, quite green, so I dare say it's going to offer quite a bit.
Christmas is all about the kids, and it was no different at the G this morning.
It's a fantastic time of the year, and as you can see behind me, the kids are all pretty happy. There's lots of new cricket bats getting around.
The cricket taken just as seriously as it will on Boxing Day.
Oh, much more competitive, yeah. There's normally tears, some tantrums.
No KK in the Aussie camp this year.
KK, I assume that's Chris Kringle, is it? Yeah. We don't do it. We'll have a nice lunch together this afternoon.
With Travis Head continuing his Ashes feast.
He gets stuck into the prawns, he'll have more than everyone, I can assure you. So it's going to be a cool day with all the families around and get ready for a sellout tomorrow.
Well, Christmas came early for Australian fans, with the Aussies wrapping up the Ashes series inside 3 tests. I can assure you there are plenty more gifts coming on the way from the Aussie side.
Still got 2 to go, and that's definitely where my focus is at, and the boys as well.
5-0 would be nice.
It would be. Let's go, let's focus on day one of Boxing Day first.
91,092 packed in for day one in 2013. That record's in reach tomorrow. In Melbourne, Tom Wilson, 7 News.
It's going to be an amazing couple of days. Well, as we saw, Steve Smith is back. The batting maestro details the health concern that sidelined him in Adelaide. That's a little later on. Plus, Tigers fan favourite Maurice Rioli confident ahead of 2026 as he lifts the lid on that famous tackle. You know the one. Blake, will hear from him soon, and the rest of the day's sport coming up shortly.
Thanks, Theo. See you shortly. Police are 1/8 of the way to solving a shocking crime on St Kilda Pier. We'll have tonight's breakthrough development next. Also ahead on 7 News, a dirt bike rider's dangerous stunt on the Hume Freeway. But that was nothing compared to this soon, bringing down a Christmas tree in the town square. Plus a different type of Boxing Day sales as Sydney to Hobart entrants get set for the race of their lives. And later, expert money tips to help the next generation get ahead. Motorists in Melbourne's north have been left dumbfounded by the antics of a dirt bike rider on the Hume Freeway. The stunt happened around 6:45 last night near the Pascoe Vale Road off-ramp. Witnesses say the rider was weaving between cars before doing wheelies for hundreds of metres. A teenager has been charged over the alleged bashing of a Norwegian tourist in St Kilda. Phoebe Worthley has tonight's developments. Phoebe, he turned himself in.
Well, Blake, a 19-year-old, attended a police station last night and has already been charged with assault, intentionally causing injury and theft. The victim was on holiday from Norway, enjoying a warm day at the beach last week, when he was chased and knocked to the ground by a group of youths. Thugs snatched his phone and threw it into the water. The 34-year-old man suffered a broken arm and was taken to hospital. The victim was planning to spend Christmas here in Australia, but since the ordeal, he's headed home to Norway. One of his alleged attackers from Deer Park was bailed and will face court in July next year. Now, police say they're searching for at least 7 more offenders. They're urging anyone with information to come forward. Blake.
Phoebe, thank you. Food relief organisations which help feed struggling Australian families scored a $2 million boost from taxpayers today.
This Christmas has been a very tough Christmas for some people, and we want those organisations that help millions of Australians every year to get a little bit of support themselves.
The money will go to organisations like Oz Harvest, Second Bite, Food Bank and Good 360. A Christmas joyride came to a crashing end when this drifting driver spun out of control, the car slamming into the 40-foot Christmas tree in southern Kazakhstan, flattening the festive holiday display. But the driver didn't stop. Local authorities managed to track them down and issue a fine for dangerous driving. There are two Christmas sporting traditions we have to wait just a little bit longer for: the Boxing Day Test and the start of the Sydney Hobart. Sydney Harbour rarely looks more spectacular, and tomorrow the race to Constitution Dock will be on.
Trading in his sleigh for a dinghy.
Merry Christmas!
Santa didn't forget to spread the Christmas cheer at the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia this morning.
Oh, it's a busy night, busy day. They're all busy nights and days if you're involved in sailing.
8 international yachts a world away from home, preparing for the challenge of a Sydney Hobart.
In America, this is considered one of the very heights of sailing accomplishment, is to finish the Sydney to Hobart race.
Doling out Aussie-flavoured presents.
And what do we got here? Crocodile.
And advice. Santa, also known as Lindsay May, a veteran of 50 straight Sydney Hobarts, knows the race better than most.
Yes, I'm letting some of these international visitors on some of the secrets of how to get to Hobart safely.
Tips Bacchanal's crew will gladly take. With strong southerly winds and big swells expected in the opening stages, skipper Ronald Epstein hopes to make up for last year when his mast broke just before the finish.
We were just miles from Bass Strait, and after some time down below sulking, I came back up. Next play, right? Next play.
The first night will be even rougher for the double-handed teams, with only 2 crew members. New Caledonians Michel Quintin and Jan Regal will just be happy making it to the other end.
We hope to be in the top 20 in double-handed, so there are 20 competitors. So.
James Manton, 7 News.
Some Australians have had a white Christmas and they didn't even need to leave home. Miena in the Tasmanian Central Highlands getting a dusting of snow, as did Hobart's Mount Wellington, where it was a frosty -1.4. But a very different story in Perth, sweltering above 40 in some places. A bad day for your aircon to break down. Tyra Stowers joins us now. Tyra, no need for aircon in Melbourne today.
Blake, Merry Christmas to you. There wasn't. In fact, you would have probably had a jumper on for festivities throughout the day. Now, with some breezy southerly winds about, the high only reached 17.3 there, making it our coldest Christmas day since 2006 when it was 14.5. The next after that was 19.9 in 2007, so not the Aussie summer that we're used to, but it does warm up in time for the weekend, so some good news there, and I have all of those details for you up to sport. Blake?
Thank you, Tyra. A merry and chilly Christmas to you as well. Victorians are owed a whopping $67 million in unclaimed Medicare benefits. Up next, how you could be just minutes away from cashing in. Also ahead on 7 News, millions of Americans in the firing line as Mother Nature bares her teeth. Why this speeding Santa has plenty of explaining to do. And love match. A tennis superstar ties the knot to the same man for the second time. Arson detectives are looking into the cause of a suspicious fire that tore through a car detailing business in Werribee. The blaze broke out around 3:15 this morning and forced most of the Railway Avenue to be blocked off. No one was inside the building at the time. No injuries have been reported. If you're cash strapped ahead of the Boxing Day sales, this could be good news. Almost 1 million Americans have hundreds of dollars each in unclaimed Medicare benefits that can be recouped in just minutes.
Seeing the doctor might make you well, but it hurts the hip pocket, and Australians are increasingly feeling it.
It's at times that I feel that I just can't afford it.
Too expensive at the moment. Here I am with my iced coffee, so I can't really complain about that.
Yes, I am concerned. It's $110.
Australians are entitled to some of that money back through Medicare benefits, but many don't get it because their details aren't up to date with the government.
Would you believe there's $270 million owing to about 1 million people?
$54 million is owed to Queensland residents, $85 million in New South Wales, $67 million to Victorians, $5 million across Tasmania, $20 million in South Australia, and $32 million left unclaimed in WA.
The biggest group that are owed money are those young people aged between 18 and 24. There's 250,000 of them, and on average we owe them about $275.
Even if you are on your parents' Medicare card, you should check that your bank account details are up to date.
The solution to getting access to that money is so simple. You've just got to go to your Medicare account through MyGov and make sure we've got your up-to-date bank account details.
A hurdle some find painful.
If I can get past the first step of MyGov, then maybe.
I haven't checked it for a while.
But Services Australia processes that money in days. Josh Martin, 7 News.
Veteran American sitcom star Pat Finn has died at the age of 60 after a long battle with cancer. Best known for roles in The Middle, Friends and Seinfeld, the actor died in his Los Angeles home on Tuesday. A fundraiser had launched just last month to support his family amid ongoing treatment, raising over $100,000. The biggest storm of the season has arrived in Los Angeles and a state of emergency has been declared. Areas burnt to the ground just 12 months ago face a new threat.
It's called the Pineapple Express, a superstorm arriving in Southern California right in time for Christmas. The subtropical weather system originating in Hawaii, bringing with it flooding rains, mountain snow and wild winds of up to 90 kilometres an hour, prompting the California governor to declare a state of emergency.
Prepare yourself. It is critical. It could save your life.
More than 40 million people across California are tonight under flood alert, some told to evacuate, with coastal areas expecting up to 150 millimetres. In the foothills and mountains, almost double that.
These evacuation orders are not issued lightly. The risk is real and the time to act is now.
The biggest concern is the torched mountains of the Pacific Palisades, still bearing the scars of the LA wildfires 12 months ago, the heavy rain prompting concerns of mudslides, as residents swap stuffing stockings for sandbags.
My lower basement area has flooded, so I'm trying to take care of that.
The intense rainfall washing away roads. This bridge under construction never stood a chance, leaving freeways at a standstill despite warnings not to travel.
This is the type of storm system that affects the area approximately every 5 to 10 years or so.
As Southern California prepares to spend Christmas in the eye of the storm. In Los Angeles, Taylor Aiken, 7 News.
Tennis star Venus Williams has married longtime partner and actor Andrea Preti for a second time. The 7-time Grand Slam singles champion had her wedding in Italy months ago, but due to international paperwork issues, she had another event in Florida. The couple shared these photos of the 5-day extravaganza, calling the experience a kind of magic. Racing to get presents before Christmas, Santa got in trouble with the law for speeding. The sheriff who caught him almost couldn't believe his eyes.
Santa! You know why I'm stopping you?
I was looking down, I didn't...
Just slow your speed down a little. I mean, Santa. Slow your...
Get Rudolph on you.
After Mrs. Claus took a photo, he wasn't given a lump of coal, just a warning. Up next, Christmas has been rocked by an unholy crime in church that's landed 4 offenders in hot water. Also coming up on 7 News tonight, the new environmental link to lung cancer, expert money tips to help the next generation get ahead, and festive greetings from space. While closer to home, we crown Melbourne's best Christmas lights. There's been an unholy act in Brisbane. 4 people charged over a church break-in. They're accused of storming St Columba's Catholic Church around 3 this morning. Police say they caught the group red-handed, quickly taking them into custody. The 18 and 20-year-olds face court next month. While Anthony Albanese is under pressure for a royal commission into the Bondi attack, Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu is facing political heat for his response to the October 7 Hamas attack. Overnight, his government ordered an inquiry into the atrocity, but it falls well short of the independent commission demanded by victims' families and survivors.
Just a cover-up committee, nothing that's going to give us any answers or teach us any lessons from that catastrophe that we've experienced on October 7th.
Mr. Netanyahu rejects suggestions he was responsible for the intelligence failures in the lead-up to October 7. More young women who have never smoked are being diagnosed with lung cancer. Doctors point to environmental exposure as a likely cause. Now women are speaking up, urging others to push for answers.
Friends in their 40s, healthy, active and non-smokers. Yet vague symptoms turned into a devastating diagnosis for both. Mother of two, Emily, first saw a doctor for a cough.
We tried so many different alternative remedies until finally my GP recommended that I go for a CT scan. It was stage 4 non-small cell lung cancer.
Margaret didn't have any lung symptoms at all.
I had a persistent headache that went on for about 4 days. So I went to the hospital just to be cautious and had a CT scan of my brain, and they found that I had malignant tumours in my brain.
The cancer had spread from her lungs. A growing pattern doctors are now seeing more often in young women. Experts say the rise is likely driven by environmental factors, not lifestyle. Air pollution from traffic, toxic fumes released during cooking and cleaning, some aerosols, radon gas in homes and asbestos exposure.
Anyone. This could happen to anyone. We all breathe the same air, so this can literally happen to anybody. But it's more likely to happen to women.
Many of these cancers are diagnosed late because national screening programs mainly target smokers over the age of 50. Advocates now want that expanded.
The more people that are eligible to participate in screening, it does mean that more cancers, more lung cancers, will be detected at an earlier stage.
Doctors say respiratory symptoms like cough and shortness of breath should be taken seriously, especially if there's a family history of lung cancer. And while late diagnosis remains deadly, there is hope. Targeted therapies are now helping some patients live longer. Jennifer Beshwati, 7 News.
From tap and go to buy now, pay later, it's never been easier to spend or harder to save. But with a lack of financial education in schools, money experts say learning the basics should be taught at home and early.
Even though Felix is only 12 months old, Mum Mariah is already thinking about his financial education.
It's something that we'll probably introduce to him in the next few years or so.
To teach him the value of $1, she plans to start with pocket money, saving the same way she did.
So I grew up with allowances and earning cash by doing jobs at home, so I think we'll do something very similar.
To me, financial literacy is just like teaching your kids to swim. It's a life skill that they need. You want to teach it to them as early as possible, but you can share with your kids some of the basics, like how much groceries cost.
Most adults wish they had the same lessons earlier. 79% say they didn't learn about money at school and think financial literacy should be compulsory in the classroom.
How to invest and how to manage a budget was really high on the priority list when it comes to financial education.
I think all parents should set up a savings account for their child.
If you deposit just $5 a week starting at 5 years old, that's $260 a year. By the time the child turns 18, it adds up to more than $3,000. And with interest, it's even higher.
We do already have a bank account that we deposit money into for things like his birthday or Christmas.
Georgia Holland, 7 News.
Plenty will have spent today a long way from loved ones, but few farther away than the astronauts aboard the International Space Station. They offered season's greetings from orbit.
Greetings to planet Earth, all of our friends and family from Expedition 74 aboard the International Space Station, flying high above, thinking of you during this holiday season.
So as you can see, we've got a little bit of decoration here. We've got a little tree, and we've also hung some boots by the airlock with cheer.
It's incredibly special to be up here. I think we may be orbiting a little higher than Santa is flying, though.
The crew aboard the ISS will be in space until the middle of next year. 7 News joined forces with Alinta Energy to find Victoria's best Christmas lights. Tonight, we can reveal the winner. Matthew Baker from Mount Martha is crowned number one and wins $5,000. He starts planning back in July, installs the lights through September and October. Matthew has also been raising funds for the Royal Children's Hospital and will donate some of his winnings to the RCH. Paige Giblin from Craigieburn was runner-up. She scores a $1,000 bill credit from Alinta Energy, and thank you to everyone who participated in the competition. Nice work. Theo's back with sport ahead of tomorrow's Boxing Day test. Theo, a Victorian spinner, is on the naughty list.
I don't think he's done a lot wrong, Blake, but he certainly didn't get his Christmas wish. However, there is a glimmer of hope for the New Year's test in Sydney. Details next. Also coming up, the need for speed as England braces for a fiery MCG Ashes cauldron. Maurice Rioli on the now famous tackle, how that will elevate his game in 2026. And Hawaii 5-0 tempers flair in American college football. Welcome back. Australia has dropped a selection bombshell, opting against playing a spinner on the MCG for the first time in 15 years. It means Victorian Todd Murphy has missed out on a test recall with 4 frontline quicks to play on Boxing Day.
A fairy tale Boxing Day return not to be. Todd Murphy was put through his paces at his home ground, the MCG, this morning, but the Aussies have got the need for speed.
We landed on a 12. We want to just take a look at the wicket tomorrow. We're going to be playing 4 quicks, no spinner.
Although Smith won't confirm the final 11 until tomorrow, he is a confirmed inclusion for Josh Inglis.
All my vestibular stuff settled down, so feeling 100%.
While Jai Richardson, Michael Neser and Brendan Doggett will battle for the 2 spots left by Pat Cummins and Nathan Lyon.
Beauty of this series so far, it hasn't just been 1 or 2 players, it's been a whole group of players standing up at different times. Exciting to see Richardson obviously back into the fold. He's had a pretty long layoff with injury, and we know the skills that he can possess.
The skipper inspected the pitch before training and found considerable grass coverage, leading the selectors to side with the all-pace formula that saw them win in Brisbane.
10 mils of grass, quite furry, quite green, so I dare say it's going to offer quite a bit. Particularly, I think tomorrow's similar conditions today, quite cold and overcast.
The slip cordon will be packed, the Aussies hoping for some more Marnus magic.
Yeah, he's done it for 1 week, I've done it for 10 years, so...
Cam Green has kept Bo Webster out of the side, but has been demoted down the order after a lean summer with the bat. Usman Khawaja will bat at 5, Carey at 6, and Green is at 7. Usman Khawaja was rewarded for his 122 runs in Adelaide, while Alex Carey's purple patch with the bat has him locked into the top 6.
I bat sort of higher in shield cricket, 5 or 4 at times if Travis isn't around. So I love my batting. To get an opportunity a little bit higher has been nice.
The 2 sides sharing the nets side by side in a show of Christmas solidarity, with some of the English embracing their festive spirit. But to turn this around and claim a test victory at the G, they might just need a Christmas miracle. Xander Maguire, 7 News.
The Tigers are confident help is on the way after another tough season. Fan favourite Maurice Rioli lifting the lid on that famous tackle as he looks to elevate his game in 2026.
Another tough year for the Tigers. 5 wins, 18 losses, but all part of a steep learning curve.
I think connection, because I think we're a very young group, and we just want to get to know each other well, and obviously all want to play footy together and be on the same page going forward.
Maurice Rioli impressing on the track this pre-season after turning his best mate into his fitness coach.
Train with one of my mates nearly every second day, which was pretty good, and pretty much kept me fit, and obviously feel better for it.
With another batch of Tiger Cubs through the door, Rioli's confident their young recruits will lead to a change of fortunes at Punt Road.
I really like Sam Grill. He's pretty quick, and he's a competitor and he hates losing, so just that side of him, it's pretty funny seeing the way he reacts in training.
The fan favourite turned whispering death tackle machine isn't just about eye-catching goals, providing one of the year's best highlights.
What a chase from Rioli!
That's one of the main things people always talk about every time I'm around him, and obviously it was a pretty good tackle, but I don't know. I think everyone just loves it.
And with very good reason.
Certainly was impressive, wasn't it? Now, strong winds and big swell are set to make it a tough first night in the Sydney-Hobart yacht race, but it hasn't dampened the excitement. Sailors from far and wide are preparing for one of Australia's great Christmas traditions and one of sport's hardest challenges.
For many sailors from Australia or abroad, there's nowhere they'd rather be on Christmas Day than Sydney Harbour.
Boof. You've got boof jerky. You've got Vegemite also? Oh, Vegemite.
Just ask Carl Marshall. Freshly 18, he's the youngest New Zealander in this year's Sydney Hobart.
I've been sailing since I was 7 years old. Been a massive procedure getting here with all the qualifications, time on the water, and the crew are great on this boat. You know, it's like a family.
It's been a long 12 months for Marshall, who came from Auckland last year, desperate to compete in the great race. There was just one problem: the minimum age limit.
I came over last year with no experience, well, no offshore experience, and I was walking up and down the docks just asking people to take me on your boat, knowing that it wouldn't happen.
No matter what age, the next 12 hours will be a wild dash to prepare for a rough start tomorrow. Strong southerlies and a big ocean swell are set to dominate the first night at sea.
I can't picture myself racing this and not having a smile on my face. Yeah. I mean, even when when I'm coming over obstacles and everything, I see myself just, this is what I'm here for.
James Manton, 7 News.
And there was no Christmas spirit in the Hawaii Bowl between the Rainbow Warriors and the California Golden Bears. Benches cleared after the final whistle, and it was hardly to exchange gifts.
This is not good. This is not good. This is going to mar what has been a fantastic game, a tremendous comeback by Hawaii.
After conceding the game-winning touchdown pass with just seconds left, you could understand why California players would have been, fair to say, a little frustrated. Blake, a little chippy it was getting between the two teams is the word he went for. It's a bit stronger than chippy. Cricket tomorrow. Big test, big bash, back-to-back games. Yeah, I mean, you can watch cricket till 3 in the morning if you wanted to.
Good day to be in front of the couch.
Fantastic day.
Good on your drop. Thank you very much. Tyra is back with the forecast. Speaking of the Boxing Day test, how's it looking weather-wise?
Well, Blake, hello to you again. We have another cool day tomorrow, but the sunshine finally returns for day 2 of the test. I'll tell you how the rest of the forecast is looking next. And on tonight's bright side, a police officer turns pianist in Castlemaine.
There is nothing like walking into the MCG with 100,000 people there.
That emotion is able to jump through the screen. There's nothing quite like being there at that moment, and we like to bring everybody there as well. 7 News, connecting you.
Hello again, and Merry Christmas to everyone at home. It was a cool one for the big day thanks to southerly winds, but at least the sunshine came out to play by lunchtime. The city only made it to 17.3, making it our coldest Christmas day since 2006. The low was just 12 and it's a touch above that now. A spit or two about the metro area, but aside from that, it's been fairly settled. Southerly winds have been on the breezier side though, and nowhere cracked 20. Further out, partly cloudy with isolated showers on and south of the Divide. This cleared fairly quick. The north has been sunny as per usual though, 26 Mildura, 16 in Wonthaggi. It may seem like it's taking forever, but that high pressure system there, well, it is still slowly moving towards us. In fact, it should reach the west of Victoria by tomorrow and finally bring some warmth to us by the weekend. Around the country tomorrow, showers in Brisbane, 28, 21 in Sydney, 22 in Canberra, but take a look at that low. It is just 5 degrees there, 28 Adelaide and bright sunshine. Then we do have some storms again for Darwin. Back home, cloudy with a few isolated showers south of the Divide, but this clears in the afternoon, mostly sunny and dry in the north. Then 21 is the top in Bendigo. Closer in, another cloudy day is on the cards. There's the slight chance of a shower, but this should clear by tea time for the Boxing Day test. So at this stage, minimal interruptions, fingers crossed. 17 is the top in Yarra Glen tomorrow. Okay, looking ahead, 17 tomorrow, 21 Saturday, then the sunshine returns in a big way and we see some warmth, 27, 33 Monday and sunny skies, 31 on Tuesday. Rain returns Wednesday and a big drop, so rug up for New Year's Eve, and then 21 on Thursday to kick off 2026. But I'll leave you with this one last festive photo for the year. These are my boxer dogs at home getting into the Christmas spirit. I hope you and your family had a great day, but it is time for tonight's Bright Side. The Christmas spirit has been on display in Castlemaine. And the town has a very talented police officer to thank. Locals in the main street were left toe-tapping to the upbeat tunes, which one 7 News viewer says shows the humanity behind the uniform. A very uplifting way to end tonight's bulletin, Blake, but I hope you guys had a great Christmas.
I had to have eating my body weight in ham, so I'm full. Good on you, Tyra. Thank you for that. That is 7 News. Thanks for making us a part of your Christmas. Good night.
The 7 News app will give you the news you want every minute of every day, including breaking news alerts. Download the 7 News app now.